Wrapping up our coverage of UFC 219, CRIS CYBORG takes care of business against Holly Holm, unanimous decision victory. It was a no-brainer for the judges. CRIS CYBORG, clearly the better fighter, landed more strikes than Holly Holm in all 5 rounds and absolutely dominated in that 5th and final round. I mean, she was the more powerful puncher. She was the more efficient puncher. Clearly a win here for CRIS CYBORG, over Holly Holm at UFC 219. Dominant performance. You have to commend the effort by Holly Holm going up a weight class to take on CRIS CYBORG, the champion of the featherweight division in the women's division. No one wants to verse CRIS CYBORG. Holly Holm stepped up to the challenge, went up a weight class, but she is still the undisputed featherweight champion of the world. CRIS CYBORG takes care of business at UFC 219. I'm not surprised, guys. I'm really not. CRIS CYBORG is a better fighter. She's the champion. Holly Holm, I enjoy watching Holly Holm, but I don't know. I'm not crazy about her fighting style, just in the sense that, sometimes in the UFC, you've got to be a killer. You've got to be a absolute savage and just step up in the moment and just go berserk on your opponent. Holly Holm, I like her fighting style, but I don't know if she has that killer instinct that CRIS CYBORG has, that we used to see from Ronda Rousey, obviously before Holly Holm really put an end to her career. We have no clue what's going on with Ronda Rousey anytime soon. But CRIS CYBORG, she is without a doubt the champion. She's got that killer instinct. She's got that killer gene in her. And she's an absolute savage. She took care of business, and she was the better fighter. She landed more strikes than Holly Holm in all 5 rounds. She dominated from the get-go, and I'm not surprised at all that CRIS CYBORG came away with the victory here, guys. I'm really not. I am not surprised one bit. CRIS CYBORG is the best, and she's the best for a reason, and obviously we enjoy seeing her get that platform to headline a UFC card because she's that talented and she deserves it. And obviously she showed us all here today what she's capable of, knocking off Holly Holm. She retains her title. A lot to talk about here on the show. UFC 219, CRIS CYBORG takes care of business against Holly Holm. I want you guys to type 1 if you can hear me right now, 2 if you enjoyed the fight, and 3 if you're a new subscriber or listener to the show. And I'll be sure to get you a nice little shout out here as we continue our coverage of UFC 219. It's CRIS CYBORG, unanimous decision victory, 5-round unanimous decision victory over Holly Holm. It's a no-brainer. It's exactly what we all expected. I think if you really know and you really did your homework, you knew that CRIS CYBORG was a better fighter, but you can't punish Holly Holm for coming up a weight class to take on the champ. You always commend the people who are willing to go out on a limb and do that. You have to give her a round of applause, but CRIS CYBORG had this fight from the beginning, and she took care of business. She's the better fighter, and she has a 20-fight unbeaten streak. She has not lost since her 2005 debut. Still the undisputed featherweight champion of the world. That is CRIS CYBORG. And you know what? If anyone is left to fight CRIS CYBORG, I would love to see Ronda Rousey come out of retirement and try to verse CRIS CYBORG. But as of right now, the way she looks, Ronda Rousey, she would get her butt cooked too. That's the problem. There is no one that can compete with CRIS CYBORG right now. I think she's got a nice little dynasty going. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this all plays. I am really fascinated to see how this all plays out, guys. I want to know. I want to see, is anyone in this weight class going to be able to compete with CRIS CYBORG? Because I don't see it happening. I really don't. I don't know who's going to step in there and be like, yeah, I can take it. We got some people in here, guys. If you can hear me, I want you to type in 1. If you enjoy the fight, type 2. If you're a new subscriber or listener to the channel, type 3. Always giving new shout outs to people. Always appreciate those who support the channel. CRIS CYBORG takes care of business at UFC 219. A unanimous decision victory over Holly Holm. It was a good fight. It was exciting. It had a lot of energy in Las Vegas. Featherweight championship of the world, but CRIS CYBORG is the better fighter. She landed more strikes than Holly Holm in all 5 rounds, especially in that 5th and final round. We got PewDiePie in the business. Wow, what's up, PewDiePie? Didn't know you were watching UFC, man. That's funny. That is funny right there. Let's give you the proper thing. That's right. There you go, buddy. See you later. Goodbye. Na 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 na. Goodbye. Chris Cyborg taking care of business at UFC 219. Cyborg has done it. I mean, she is just on another level, guys. None of these women fighters can compete with her right now. She's the champ for a reason. Well earned, well deserved. You know, a lot of hype, also a lot of even hate towards Chris Cyborg in the past, but finally she gets to keep the title once again, headlining a UFC event. And you've got to be excited for Cyborg, and she's talking with Joe Rogan after the fight from Las Vegas. It's a nice little, nice feel-good story there. Obviously, she's made some mistakes, but that's one of the beauties of all these things. You know, you can come back, and that's exactly what Chris Cyborg did. You gotta appreciate that. So, Ronda Rousey just tweeted out a video actually, and I think it's a movie or something. Yeah, it's like a documentary. I want to see what it's about. Yep, it's a Ronda Rousey like documentary about fighting. So you kind of see where her head is at after this. It's not like she's returning to the octagon anytime soon, which kind of sucks for UFC fans. To be honest with you, that's not at all what we want to see. Ronda Rousey posting a video about her like documentary. Like that's not what I want to hear. That is not what I want to hear. I don't want to see that. Oh my comedy. Oh my goodness. You're gonna ban too, bruh. See you later. These people, man. You're like, it's just stupid. Like you think I'm just gonna like let you say dumb shit. Like, no, that's not gonna happen. Anyway, guys, Chris Cyborg takes care of biz at UFC 219. I'll talk to you guys later.